endorse every single protocol that you see. I do not endorse. I just want to show you this kind of stuff that I'm thinking about. I think most of you didn't see anything from the start, so I will just start from the start. All right. And for the people who have seen the video from like 20 minutes ago, I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna repeat everything. Um, so you're invited into this group mostly because you either work together with me and you've shown an interest, or you have, or you are Singaporean. And if you're Singaporean, you have a special place in my heart. So I'm just gonna tell you everything I know anyway. The first thing you see on Coingecko. Oh, hello everybody. 안녕하세요. Ha. So the first thing I want to say is that you can scroll down or go to the side and type in the chat. And if you type in the chat, everybody can see it. So try not to be trolling too much. This is Coingecko. To me, Coingecko is like the front page of the cryptocurrency world. And the front page of the cryptocurrency world has a lot of information that is quite useful. When I get to the front page, right, which is here, when I get to the front page, there are a few things that I'm looking at. The first thing I'm looking at is these three columns. When I look at these three columns, I want to see the price action. In fact, most of the time when I look at coins, right, the first thing I see is the price action, right, green red, green red. One thing that stands out is Ripple XRP, which jumped like 51% in the last 24 hours. So these kind of freak events, usually they capture my attention straight away. So then the next thing I'll do is go and find out why it's jumping, right? Why it's jumping is the second thing I think of. The third thing I'm thinking of is, all right, now this has jumped, what else is going to jump? All right. So then I go and find out about Ripple and I realize it's a Wall Street Bets thing. Some people in Wall Street Bets, they came together and they're like, oh, let's go buy some Ripple. And then boom, this happened. All right. So the next thing I will be thinking of is, all right, Wall Street Bets have aimed for Ripple. Why did they do that? I'll go and check Wall Street Bets. I'll go and find out how they choose these tokens, and then hopefully I can pre-select the tokens that come after that. So that's the first thing. The second thing I look at is I look at Bitcoin. Man, Bitcoin is the king. Of all coins, Bitcoin is the king. Right? Some people hate it, some people love it. Bitcoin is really the king. One thing I really look at is the dominance. So 61% dominance. Right, 61% dominance means that the market cap of Bitcoin, right, is 61.1%, 61% of the total market cap. So market cap of Bitcoin is 620 billion. Market cap of all the crypto in the world is 1,000 billion, so 1 trillion. And so this number is 61% of this number. All right. Yeah. Nice room. Yeah, thanks. Who is this guy, Alvin? Huh. Yeah, so when the number is big, when Bitcoin dominance is big, it means that we are in a bear market, right? So for example, if Bitcoin dominance is at 80%, the first thing you know is like, oh no, everything is falling, everything is dropping. Because Bitcoin started it all. The entire cryptocurrency market started because of Bitcoin, right? And because it started with Bitcoin, most people trust Bitcoin the most, right? It's the one that started the big bang of the cryptocurrency. So if you hold all your Bitcoins, right, and then when you are feeling jubilant and when you're feeling like there's a bull market, you're willing to sell some of the Bitcoins and go buy something else that may pump even faster. But if you are, can you hear me? Can people hear me? I hope so. If not, I'm like repeating myself again and again. And then if you can, so the Bitcoin dominance is usually from 55% to 65%, right? The Bitcoin dominance is usually from 55% to 65%. If Bitcoin dominance is like close to 65%, wow, things are going bad, right? That means we are in bear market or we are going to be bear market. If it is at 55%, right? If dominance is 55%, it means that we are really exuberant, we're really jubilant. All right. The next thing I look at, well, and then the same thing goes for Ethereum here, 15%. The next thing I look at is Ethereum gas, because we're going to be doing a lot of things on Ethereum, right? If you look at the top 10 coins, Bitcoin is like the first cryptocurrency. it is a store of value, right? It's basically a store of value. You can only do like 5 different things with Bitcoin, right? You really can only do 5 different things with Bitcoin. But Ethereum, on the other hand, they're trying to be supercomputer of the world. So you can do like 5,000 things with Ethereum. Right? And that's why this series is mostly based on Ethereum. That's why this series we are going through all this stuff about Ethereum, because you can do a lot of things in Ethereum. All right. And then the rest of them, I'm just going to quickly go through, like Polkadot, Cardano, and Stellar. They are all competition to Ethereum. Right, and then Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash, they are trying to be currencies, meaning like it's easier to trade with, it's easier to use them, it's easier to buy something with them. And Ripple, I don't really know what Ripple is doing. I don't think, yeah, anyway. And then USDT is a stable coin, so one USD is one USDT. All right, so these are the stuff that we're going to go through today, right? Coingecko, top 10 coins, where does the value come from? Metamask, keeping safe. Okay. The next thing I look at when I'm in Coingecko is I go and look at like a specific coin. So, for example, this coin has been pumping a lot. Right? When I go to a specific coin, it's usually just to like study it a little bit. There are a couple of things I look at. The first thing I look at is price. I always look at price first because price is the best indicator of something that's going on, right? And when you look at this, something is definitely going on. This is based on 24 hours. So to go up 38% in 24 hours, like it's insane. Your boomer finance will never have 38% in one day, right? Like if you put your money into POSB or you put your money into Shinhan Bank, it will never be 38%. So it says something, right? It says something. And then I go down, look at the chart. I look at 30 days all the way to 1 hour, right? Just to see the kind of responses, right? Usually I do against dollar, but sometimes I do it against Ethereum because I buy it with Ethereum, right? So you can kind of toggle with them. Next thing I do is I go to markets. Right, markets is a little bit more complicated. First thing I do when I go to markets, I look at the depth. And depth is like order book. How much money is, how much of these tokens are within the order book of this company, right? So, for example, if I want to trade $1 million worth of 1 inch at one go, it is better for me to do it at a place where the order books are thick, right? So $1 million, it really makes a difference because like $1 million, you would still be within 2% for one when you trade at 1 inch. But if you have $1 million and you trade at anywhere else, say you trade at Binance, right, then you would move out of 2%. And if you move out of 2%, that means you incur a lot of slippage, right? When you when you incur a lot of slippage, then uh, when you incur a lot of slippage, then you're basically losing a little bit of money, right? When you trade. The second thing I look at is the spread, right? For normal people like you and I, when we're not trading $1 million, we're trading like 5,000, 10,000, 200, $20,000 or $500, right? Then the spread matters because you're not gonna move it. You're not gonna move out of the 2%, right? They all have $500. So then you want to pick the place that has the lowest spread, right? And the third thing I'll look at is whether it is a decentralized exchange or not. So the first one is a decentralized exchange. So decentralized exchanges, the fees are really high. Wherever possible, I will try to make my trades in a centralized exchange because the fees are lower, right? But you know, to each their own. I'm not saying that you should always do that. You should like just look at the amount of returns that you get for what you're doing and look at the returns that you get and just choose the right one. If it's decentralized or centralized, it doesn't matter. All right, now I'm going to look at the chats. Kind of like take a break a little bit. Hi Kang Hyuk. Hi David. Hi Sujin. Hi Aspen. Hi Lena. Hi Gareth. Yes, it's a nice room. Thank you. It's in Singapore. Majella, how was your dinner? Yeah, my dinner was really good. Thanks for sending me so much food. It was really a lot of food. And then what's your weight? My weight is 70 kilograms. I'm gonna be bigger than you, Alvin, and I'm gonna pick you up and beat you. And Perry, really high. Thank you. Okay, so next. You go to 1 inch, you go to CoinGecko. Um, the second set of things I look at are circulating supply. If I'm gonna buy a crypto, or if I'm gonna buy a crypto, I want to see what the supply is like, right? So in this case, 2/3 of the supply has been circulating, right? That means that there are not going to be any more supply shocks. Right now, you're at $5, right? If all things equal, if you release the entire circulating supply, $5 will drop to about $2 or $3, right? So you know, like, okay, that's not going to make a 90% difference in price, right? Because most of it has been circulating out. So I want to look for coins that have like higher circulating supply, right? The higher the circulating supply, the less, what's that? The less risk there is to me. You can look at other coins. Like this one, for example, CRV is really famous for having a really low circulating supply, right? They have 200 out of 1,400 million. So that means that it's 1/7, basically 1/7. So if for any day, like circulating supply just completely all the total supply removed it, put into the market, you're gonna have this huge change in price. But of course, this is a very simplistic way of seeing things, right? You can see how they distribute it. You can see the kind of the distribution roadmap, things so on and so forth. But you have to go and read through this. You can't just like look at the overall message and tell. So then you can kind of see if you hover over the question mark, so you can see the question mark. If you hover over the question mark, you can see where they are. Um, yeah. Again, any coin I'm showing you, I'm not buying it, I'm not selling it, I'm not telling you you should buy them. I am just showing you how to read and how to use the tools, and these are examples, right? Don't put all your money in CRV because I didn't tell you to buy them, right? All right. Well, on CoinGecko, another thing that's useful is that you can go to markets and then go to farms. You just need to know that this is here, right? It's under markets because in the next few like sessions we are going to be farming. We're going to be doing yield farming. Some people, I think some of you asked me, is this similar to staking? Kind of, right? I'll show you what it actually is and the kind of returns that are possible. So like the returns are quite sick, right? You see like starting from 6% all the way to, it can be a lot, right? To 52,000%, which is insane. What the hell is going on? 52%, 52,000%. Yeah, but usually there are some pitfalls, right? I mean, don't just put your coins into the highest farm. There are usually a lot of pitfalls. You need to go and look at it. Wow, mirror protocol as well, 4,000%. 대박. Yeah. So generally, like what goes on is that if the number is really high, right, something must be effed up, right? Something must be effed up. That a lot of people don't put the money in, right? The second thing is that if it is like there is nothing wrong with it, then maybe it's just new. I mean, people haven't put their tokens in yet, and as more people put their tokens in, then the returns will drop. I mean, this is not fixed. It's never going to be like 3,900% for the rest of time. It will move. Yeah, haha. And then something cute about CoinGecko is that they have this degen one. It's just like degen mode. So what I like about CoinGecko is that the team is like from Singapore and Malaysia. So they use like kind of the same words as us, degen. Yeah, man. Yeah, those guys are doing a really good job in CoinGecko. So I prefer CoinGecko. If you don't really prefer CoinGecko, the more popular one is CoinMarketCap. And you probably already heard about CoinMarketCap. Uh, and CoinMarketCap number zero coin is Wall Street Bets. Oh man, this Wall Street bets thing is crazy. Same idea, right? CoinMarketCap, same idea. You can see exactly the same stuff, right? It's just that I prefer CoinGecko more. But if you like CoinMarketCap, go ahead. One thing that I haven't shown you is exchanges, right? Where you can go to the look at all these centralized and decentralized exchanges to trade your tokens. Uh, yeah, so CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, they have their own methodology. Hello. So CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, they have their own methodology of ranking stuff, ranking the coins, ranking the exchanges, so on and so forth. So you can like play around with both of them just to see what you want. Yep, yep. Okay, so CoinGecko is done. Let's go to MetaMask. All right, let's start. Let's start. I'm using a separate browser. I'm using Mozilla Firefox. Right, I don't usually use this browser. You want to go to MetaMask, right? The link is here, www.metamask.io. And and please don't fight in the chat. You go to MetaMask and on MetaMask you can download the application. So click Firefox, click download. I usually only do my Ethereum stuff in one device. I try not to put the Ethereum stuff in too many devices. The reason is that I think it's safer. So I'm using one device for all my Ethereum stuff. All right, and I think you should as well. Like I used the app once. I used the Android app once. It was really painful to use. Like it's laggy and stuff like that. So if you have a laptop, just stick to a laptop. Another good thing is that if it's on your laptop and only your laptop, you are not trading so much. And if you don't trade so much, maybe you make more money, right? Because it's if you keep trading, then you're paying all these trading fees and stuff. All right, so I've downloaded MetaMask. Hmm, come on, install. Right, you come to this page, add to Firefox. If you have Chrome, it's the same thing. If you have Edge, Internet Edge, go reflect on your life. I don't know why you're using Internet Edge. Um, and then once you download it, once you install it, you would see that it's on MetaMask. You have this little fox on the top right or top left corner. That means that the extension is in there. All right, I'm just gonna reply to the chats a little bit while everybody figures out how to use MetaMask and how to download MetaMask. Yeah, so people asking about the recording and stuff. Alvin, I don't think it's Bichiseki. I think it's Michiseki. So if you want to scold people, you should use the right phrases. It's Michinseki. All right. And then once you're in, get started. Okay. By the way, do you guys hear music? Because I'm playing music in my headphones, but I'm not sure if you guys can hear the music. All right, too bad for you then. Can't hear my music. So you have two choices, right? If you have already done this, then you can import your wallet, right? But let's assume that everybody hasn't done it, and we're gonna create a wallet. Help us improve MetaMask? No, thank you. And then here you just have to key in a password. Um, yeah, let's just put a random password. Uh, you can see. Can you see my keyboard? No, okay. Okay. So the password is not the only thing that is stopping. Like it's actually incredibly difficult to get into your MetaMask, right? And I'll show you why. So this password is just the very first line of defense. Okay, I've read the terms and agreement. I have not. Okay, stop it. All right. So this is the most important part of MetaMask. This is really the most important part of MetaMask, is that you have a secret backup phrase, and the secret backup phrase is basically your real password. You must keep this password written, like keep it in. According to them, it's best to keep it in like a password manager, or you just write it down on paper. Write it down on paper and never put it on the internet, or you can memorize it, like they say, or write it down. So the best way to do it is just write it down. Write it down and then keep it somewhere safe. Put it somewhere safe, and nobody will be able to hack you because it's written, right? I think that's the best. So write it down. I'm going to review my secret words, all right? Because I'm not going to use this account, right? Later we're going to be using my own account. I'm not going to be using this account. And just to show you how like these words going to be, ta-da! You have 12 words, random words, right? And it's impossible to guess. And the order matters as well. So please write them down, and the order matters. And if you're gonna write them down, please save them in like multiple places, so on and so forth. Okay. Yes, yes. Okay. Oh shit. Sorry. So after you write them down, they want to check that you have really written it down, right? So then you have to do this thing. Finger, slim, awful, bike. Oh my god, wheel hazard. Where's wheel hazard? Stumble, subject, dumb. Dumb, what's after dumb? Security? Security, ecology, beam. Security, ecology, beam. All right. So they want to confirm that you actually copied it down somewhere. And please, for the love of God, copy it down somewhere. Ta-da! And then now you have your seed phrase. Now you have your seed phrase, right? So blah, blah, blah. Be careful of this, be careful of that. One thing you have to note though is that nobody can recover your seed phrase. And this is like the very first thing that will shock every like boomer that's listening on in, is that for Ethereum network and for most of the cryptocurrencies, in all cryptocurrencies, there is no customer support. If you screw it up, you lose your seed phrase, you will never be able to access your account again. Even if you have $1 billion or like $1 million or $100,000 in your account, if you lose your seed phrase, you will never be able to access your account again. Right? Nobody saves your seed phrase for you. Right? So like Metamask, for example, they don't save your seed phrase. Right? So if they don't save it, they cannot recover it. All right, all done. Now we are in, okay, just click X. So now we are in my account, right? This is how MetaMask looks. And MetaMask is going to help you interact with every single protocol that is out there in the Ethereum network. The first thing you want to look at is your account address. Right? So this is your public address. Okay. So this is your public address. Oh, yeah, I thought I copied it. Copy. Come on. Paste. Ta-da. So I think there are 64 hexadecimal, right? 64 hexadecimal digits and alphabets, meaning like all the letters will be A to F and then all the numbers, and there are 64 of them. And one thing to take note is because we're on Ethereum network, so all of them start with 0x, right? So when I look at an address and it starts with 0x, I know it's Ethereum. All right. If I look at Tron network address and it starts with T, like capital T, I know it's Tron. All right. So every single protocol, every single layer one, they have their own like naming convention, or most basic naming convention. So this is my public address. Right. I call it public address because you can easily share them. It doesn't matter if everyone knows your public address. It really doesn't matter. Right. What matters are these 12 words on top, these 12 numbers on top. 12 words. So these ones are secret phrase, keep them secret. Public address, everyone can know. Okay, that's the first thing. If you have more than one account, you can add them in. So you can keep importing more accounts and put them all in, right? Yeah. So then it's easier for you to deal with all your different accounts. I generally use like 3 or 4 different accounts, right? Only because like when it takes time for the transactions to pass, and because it takes time for the transactions to pass, if I have many different accounts, I can do a lot of things at the same time. All right. If you're using a ledger, where's the ledger? If you're using a ledger, which I suggest you do if you have more than $10,000 worth of coins, then you can connect the hardware wallet here and just follow the instructions. Okay. Next, my assets, right? They don't really have all the assets. So you can click add token and say I want to add USDC. You can add USDC inside. Ta-da, add token. And then now I have also USDC, right? A MetaMask account is kind of pointless unless you add Ethereum in there. And the first thing you should ever add is Ethereum. Don't add any other tokens. Like if you want to send some Ethereum into this public address, always start with Ethereum because you need Ethereum to do everything, including paying the fees. If you send USDC, then you still need to send an Ethereum. Okay? And then you can go to the activities and blah, blah, blah. If you have some old activities, you can see them. Next, what I like to do is I like to open this and open this and go to settings, right? And then when I go to settings, I like to, if you forgot your seed phrase, you can come security, privacy, turn them on. You should keep all this on. When I come, hold on. I like to go to advanced and then where's the nonce? Hold on, it's been a long time since I've done this. Where is it? Network. Nope, not network. Oh, stop it. Turn this on. Advanced gas control. All right. And then customize transaction nonce. All right. So first, let me restart. You click this thingy, colorful thingy. You go to settings. All right. And then once you're at settings, go to advanced. All right. Turn on advanced gas controls. And turn on customize transaction nonce. Right. I will explain to you later why if you turn these on, like life is a bit easier. Right. So I repeat, click this button, go to settings, it brings you here, go to advanced, turn on advanced gas controls, turn on customize transaction nonce. It really makes life easier later. And then you can close it. All right. And then now I can do a couple of things. I can go to Etherscan. Ta-da! This is my block explorer, and this would be anything I do would be here, right? So anything I do with this account will pop up here. So nothing you do is secret. Okay. So now you have a MetaMask wallet, and if you want it to be funded, I think the best way is just to ask me for some Ethereum. I'll send you some Ethereum. Right? We can do an OTC transfer, and then you can get started playing with your Ethereum stuff. All right. But now that you have this little fox here, you can do a lot of things. You can, let's try it out. So just now we went to 1 inch, right? So we went to 1 inch. You go to 1 inch. Then always, every time you go to one of these websites, there is a bottom right, top right or top left, there's Connect Wallet. If you click Connect Wallet, you always see Metamask. Click Metamask, right? And then they ask you, hey, what do you want to connect with? You connect with your account one. So account one is this guy, right? This guy was my account one, right? Look, he's your account one. So when you click Connect Wallet to Metamask, this pops up. Then they ask you whether you want to connect. You click yes. Ta-da, it's connected. Usually how you know that it's connected is that you have this thing that tells you the first few digits and the last few digits of your address, which is the same, like E55, right? E556 and then 0807, so you know that this is yours. All right, so then, okay, of course now your balance is 0, so you can hardly do anything. But this is a start, right? You now have an account. Okay, you now have an account. If you have any questions, will you please ask? If you have any questions, you can ask now. So far so easy, right? We've gone through like Coingecko, we've gone through the top 10 coins, we've gone through like where does the value come from? Basically comes from Bitcoin. And then Metamask, how to set up Metamask, and keeping safe, you gotta write it down. Why use Metamask compared to going to the exchange? Because there are a lot of things that you can do with Metamask that you cannot do with going to an exchange. Right. I mean, you should use both of them. Right? I think most people use both of them. They use a centralized exchange, which is what you mean, like to the exchange. Right? And then the decentralized exchanges and all the other stuff on DeFi, on Ethereum, you need to have an account. Right? So this is like what they call a Web3 account. Right? So here, Web3 account. So if you have a Web3 account, you can do, yeah, if you have a Web3 account, you are the owner of your coins. You're the owner of everything. Like, you own everything, right? You have access to all the coins. You can move them, you can swap them, you can destroy them, you can switch them, you can change them, you can short them, you can buy them, you can do anything with them, right? If you have your tokens on an exchange, you can also do most of them, right? But yeah, right. So what is good is that you are in total control when you're using a Web3 account, right? But with total control, you also have full responsibility, because if you screw it up, you lose your secret phrase, you get locked out by, like, if you lose your secret phrase, then you lose everything because there's no customer support. Okay, so now I'm gonna maybe take this off the screen and show you how a transaction will be like, since we got all the way here. But I need to be careful because I don't want to dox myself. So say, like, what do I want? All right, so all right, hold on a minute. I don't want to dox myself, so I'm hiding all the stuff. Da, 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 da. So say, for example, now I go to, all right, I think this is okay. So this is one of my burner accounts. Burner accounts means, like, there's not much money in there. I'm just doing I use it to test out stuff, right? So if you go to this one called Uniswap, for example, right, here you can swap tokens. You can see that, first of all, you can see that I have some stuff, right? I have 0.86 Ethereum, and then I can swap them for something else. So say I swap them for WBTC, for example. All right, let's not swap all of them. Never ever use all your Ethereum in the account, because if you use all your Ethereum in the account, you need to go back. You need to send more Ethereum in there. If not, everything is stuck, because Ethereum is what Ether is what is used as the gas fee for the transactions. So say I want to buy I want to spend like 0.1 Ethereum to swap for WBTC. Right, WBTC is basically a form of BTC, right? It's like a wrapped BTC. And then there are some stuff here, blah, blah, blah. I click swap. I click confirm swap. And then your MetaMask notification comes up, right? So your MetaMask notification comes up. It does several things. It tells you several things. The first thing is that, look, dude, it's going to cost you $20 to transact, right? It's going to, like, you need to pay $20 just so that the Ethereum blockchain will do the transaction for you, right? And just now we allowed for the additional, what we did for the settings just now is say, for example, yeah, $20 is really a lot. So like, say for example, you don't want to pay $20, you want to pay less, you can come here, click edit, all right? And then you can choose like, if you want it fast, if you want it slow, you know, the difference in price. If you had changed the settings just now, now you will be able to click this one called Advanced, right? Advanced is better. I usually use Advanced because I come here and I change the number myself, right? So like say 25, for example, then they'll tell you, hey, this is really low. Or you can change it to 125, for example, and then you can see like how much the transaction fee. So the transaction fee is what's here, right? Transaction fee is what's here. So if you see, look at this, now it's 0.02 Ethereum, but if I put this as less, then 0.02 Ethereum now becomes this amount, right? So the transaction fee you can change, right? So you go to advanced and then you can change them. Okay, close. So I didn't change it. Let me just change it to something else, maybe make it fast. All right, and then you gotta click save. Look, it changed. Now it's $28. All right, and you cannot save on this. You have to do it, especially for exchanging tokens. You have to do it. You have to pay fast, or either fast. You have to either pay average or fast, right? When you're exchanging tokens. The reason why is because the token prices are moving. So if the token prices are moving and you put the price, you make it like go slow, what happens is the transaction is in this huge swimming pool. This swimming pool is called mempool. Mempool is like where all the transactions that have not been processed are all sitting there waiting to be processed, right? So for example, if I send this now with gas fee 89, I will broadcast this transaction into the swimming pool, right, of all the transactions, and it's at 89. It's like, hey, please process my transaction, I'll give you 89 gas, right? But if someone else comes, or if a lot of people come and they put the gas price as 200, right, of course the miners, or of course the transaction processors are going to do the ones with the higher tips, right, at 200, because they earn more money, right, and they're doing this as a business, right? So gas price is really unavoidable, but you have to kind of choose the right time. If you choose some number that's like 10, for example, right, it will always be in the swimming pool, and not just always in the swimming pool, it will be all the way at the bottom of the swimming pool, that it will never be transacted, right? It will always just stick there. So for example, now let's do 10, right, which is 0.001, blah, 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 right? And click save. All right, and then take note here, my custom nonce is 163. All right, 163, just remember the number 163, and then I click confirm. It's too little. So, okay, the number is too low. I need to do some number that's not so low. Let me do it again. Swap, confirm swap. All right, maybe advance. Put like 25, maybe 28. Yeah, extremely low. I don't really want them to trade. Confirm. Okay, you can't put so low. You need to put some number that's respectable, I think. All right. I don't really want it to trade. That's why I'm not putting in the big numbers. But you can see under the activity that it has failed. Right. And you can also see expand view, all the transactions that you have done. Right. So if you swap something and you fail, oh man, you pay the fee. I'm not sure if you pay. I think you pay the fee actually. You pay the fee, but nothing gets done. So that's the worst, right? Okay. So now I copy mine. There are a lot of things you can do with your MetaMask. You can go to like fees, what the fuck, and then you connect it. Connect your. Yep. And then they can tell you like how much money you spent on fees, for example. So this is the symbol for Ethereum, right? These 3 lines. So I've spent like 1.749 Ethereum on fees, blah blah blah, and like 25 of them failed. And like when they fail, you also have to pay the fee. So that's really uncool. So don't be too cheapskate about it. Like you have to pay the right amount of fees, right? Okay. So I think like now will be a really good time for you to go and get your your MetaMask set up, right? And then we will prepare for the next lesson where we're using your MetaMask. Please go and find a way to get Ethereum into your MetaMask. Get some Ether into your MetaMask because we're gonna put some Ether in the MetaMask, and then we're gonna start playing with all the other protocols. The protocols that we're gonna be playing with are the protocols that we're gonna be playing with are going to be the ones that are here, right? All these ones. I mean, the more interesting ones since they're worth so much money anyway, right? And I'm probably just going to go down the list, right? So there's a ranking here, and I'm probably just going to go down the list, playing with all these protocols. So the first ones will probably like be Maker, Compound, the lending ones, where you can lend stuff, borrow stuff, Compound and Aave. And then after that, maybe we'll do a swapping class where we will learn how to swap, like Uniswap just now, Uniswap, SushiSwap. There's so much to it. And then after that, we'll also do some earning ones where you can put your Ethereum or your Bitcoin into the protocol and they will start earning something. Right? You can see the amount of money that's in these protocols. So generally, there's like a lot of things to learn, a lot of things to try. Once you have your MetaMask. So how to get Ethereum into your MetaMask? Give your public address to me, right? And then I will just send you some Ether or to anyone, and then they will just send you some Ether. I think that's the fastest way. Yeah. And then if you have no other questions, we can stop now. What time is it? Yeah. I need to delete this MetaMask. If not, one day I accidentally put money into it. Remove extension. Yeah. So thank you everybody for spending your Sunday evening with me. If you have no other questions, we can stop now. Please set up your MetaMask so that you can follow the next lesson where we are going to try and do something like this, Da 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 da. Look at this guy, man. He's such a baller. This guy has like $618 million in his account. He earns interest of $174,550 a day. Hey, hello Ilyang. Long time no hear from you. Cool. Yeah. So the next class, definitely compound and Eve. Look at these guys. Wow. The amount of money that they have. Cool. So if you're here for the learning, this is the end. Right. I'm just gonna sit about, talk, shoot the breeze with some of the people here. But if you're just here for learning, I'm not gonna teach you anything else. Yeah. White student base. When's the next episode topic? I can actually put the next episode topic here. Who is Vida Live? Next episode topic. Ave and compound. How to borrow coins with the collateral that I have. And the collateral are like coins, that I have. It's really powerful. This is like one of my favorites. Yeah. Where do we read up about DeFi? I think the best way to read up about DeFi is that I mentioned some protocols. I only mentioned the famous protocols, the big ones. So like, for example, Aave, or what do we use today? We use DBank, right? We use Coingecko. And then you go to Twitter and you just, and then you follow these guys. You follow these guys. You go and follow Coingecko, you go and follow DBank, and they would start like pushing a lot of information out, because these guys are all quite big, And then from there you can start dropping into the rabbit hole. I don't really want to push like influencers and stuff, because some of them, they have their own agenda. But I think if you just start from the Twitter accounts of the tools that we are using. So for example, CoinGecko, this one is called DBank, and Metamask. Just with these three items, if you just follow these three Twitter profiles, and then you can start going down the rabbit hole. If they tweet about something, then you'll be like, oh, what's this about? And then you can continue reading. That's one. Another way is like Aave. Like if we talk about Aave and Compound, then you go and follow their Twitter profile, and then you can see what the discussions are, so on and so forth. So Twitter is one way. The other way, which I prefer, is Discord. But you have to go and download Discord, and you have to not be a boomer, so it's quite difficult. Yeah, because Discord is quite messy as well. But there's a lot of information in there. So that's how I would start reading about DeFi. And like the two websites that I show you, like DBank and DeFi, and DBank and CoinGecko, there's a lot of DeFi stuff in there. So like here in DeBank, you can see DeFi list. Right, you can see all the DeFi ecosystem. There's a lot of stuff, right? Some of them are like, just be careful, right? Because some of them may have like bad intentions. You can check out the ones that are earning. You can check out the ones that are lending. You can check out the insurance ones, right? You can check out the assets. There's a lot. You can go to DeFi market. So these are all the DeFi coins that are like huge total market cap. So Chainlink, Uni, 1inch. 1inch is higher than Aave. Wow. Right. And I think if you load up some Ethereum into your account, make sure you try to load up like one Ethereum at least. Like one Ethereum is like $1,000 something. try to load up one Ethereum at least, because there will be one lesson where we will go through all the protocols to get airdrops. So basically we go airdrop hunting. Airdrop is like when the protocols give you tokens which are worth something, right? And airdrop hunting is really fun because you're basically using the protocol once or twice in the hopes that one day they reward all their users by giving them some tokens. And these tokens are substantial, man. I think the 1inch, when they gave out the tokens, when 1inch gave out the airdrop, they call fair distribution, it was 3,500 US dollars. Everybody received 3,500 US dollar. So we will, one class, we will also go and do airdrop hunting. All right, where we try to use all these protocols that have not distributed a token yet in the hopes that they will one day distribute their tokens to their users, and then we will receive these tokens. All right, so the first time I received an airdrop from a DeFi protocol, I was like, what? I think the first one I received was Uni, and I received, I think, a few $1,000. And I was like, whoa, okay. If they do this, right, and crypto always copies crypto, the rest of them are going to do it as well. I think the first one I got was Comp actually. So anyway, yeah. So I went to use all of them in the hopes that I would get the airdrops for all of them, and like it's really profitable to get all these airdrops. Everybody loves airdrops. Yeah. So at least try to fund your MetaMask with one Ethereum. ALEL22. What's that? Alexi? Yeah. Okay. Cool. If you have no other questions, we'll stop here. I think the next class will be on probably Tuesday or Wednesday. Tuesday maybe, because I'm so bored in this quarantine. And we will go through ETH and Compound. Yeah. So you have 48 hours to fund your Ethereum account. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye. Goodbye. Cool. I don't know how to turn this off. Bye bye.